Good evening, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, the verbose villain, DrMarxout, bringing you this week's special edition of Storm. We're kicking things off here with one of our local guys, Jeremy Jabroni, making his official debut on TV here in our opening contest. Not exactly sure who he drew, but by just judging how he's looking right now wearing that shirt, I'm guessing it's not going to be an easy night for him. We're coming straight off the heels of that big episode of Throwdown today from High Class Wrestling, where we've seen Project Mayhem sweep their board. We got two of their matches here tonight. Got a lot to talk about. Jeremy Jabroni waiting his opponent. Lights are down. I almost recognize this music. I just can't quite tell who it is. Oh my God. Hugo Lazarus is back here in the building. We haven't seen him since he dropped his belt to your current champion, Ray Damonio. Has been absolutely silent since insert coin to continue. Rising from the ashes, wearing that brand new mask. He looks ready to hurt somebody, and the fact that oh dear God. It is not going to be a good night for this curtain jerker here. That's still a politically correct term, curtain jerker? I can't see under that mask, but I'm guessing there's nothing but evil under there. Lazarus is going to hurt somebody here tonight. I would say Jeremy Jabroni looks ready, but dear God, look at that new paint job on Lazarus. Lazarus kicking things off immediately with a flipping lariat. Showing the strength early. Strength and agility, dear God. Disgusting powerbomb from Lazarus. Splits the uprights, stomps on the guts, and walks through. Lazarus is not a small man. You figure he's probably sitting at about 275. And he looks like he has evil intentions already. Kick down low with that cutter. Right into the Orochi Slayer immediately. And just absolutely destroys this kid in his return here to the Storm Shelter. Lazarus just, in about a minute, just destroyed this kid with that Orochi Slayer. Bugsy is in the building. Lazarus is back in the building. That does not bode well for anybody. To a chorus of boos. As we move on from that absolute destruction, we move into our Blitz division, the second of four technically triple threat matches, trying to decide who Mighty's next opponent will be at our next pay-per-view cheat codes. As we have us an international incident here, been a lot of those in the junior divisions today. As Christian Storm, Paul Smackage, and Project Mayhem's Jacob Oxley looking to move on. We've already seen Dougal Devlin claim his spot last week. Will it be Canada, Ireland, or America here? Shades of the World Cup, but not quite. We saw Mighty fall in a match today on Throwdown. Technically, he didn't take the fall, but he still lost after we seen Zero snap that ground zero leg drop combination on Technostar. Mighty's run absolute roughshod over the Blitz division here. Has intentions on trying to do the same to the light heavyweight division. Supernova Pro can't quite seem to get the gas going in high class. Oxley's kind of in that same boat, but then again, so is Cade here, and Cade's been on an absolute tear in high class this season. If you are not following the entire digital triad, get off your asses after we are done here. Go check out Supernova Pro. Go check out high class, where you can see the rest of the Church of Ripley and Project Mayhem being represented here by Jacob Oxley. He earned a shot last month at Mighty after having a damn good showing against Mighty's trainer Bake in that Battle Royal to move on to that Headhunter title match. And then Mighty just absolutely put the paws on him. It was probably the second fastest match I've seen, next to that ridiculous match we just saw with Hugo Lazarus beating up that Melvin. Oxley still wearing the mask only on Mayhem, has not been branded proper by the actual insignia. Cade keeps telling me he needs to prove it, earn his stripes proper. Christian Storm, another one of those guys, has worlds of potential. Can't quite seem to get it going. It's one of those guys that puts on fantastic matches, just can't ever seem to close the deal. It's like Supernova heard me mention the shout out to the Triad. Supernova in the house. Our boys in the Gentlemen's Club put on one hell of a clinic against Next Gen on their episode of Weekly this week. Go check it out in the on-demand after we are done here tonight. We await the third man in this match. High Class Wrestling's second favorite member of our Blitz division here, Paul Smackage, master of the small package. Man is a legend. Paul looking really good in the World Cup for Team America. Ireland, Canada, Team America. Blitz division action, and we are a go. Storm going right with the low kick. Flipping neckbreaker on Oxley. Turns his attention with that Fez press on Smackage. Whole lot of blue in this match. Storm up top, Oxley with the attention. That toss. Turns his focus on Smackage with that go behind. Smackage up. Plants him with that inverted suplex. Very Irish whip to Oxley. Drop kick, moonsault. Gets caught with that go behind. Switches on Storm. Storm with the go behind. Sends Smackage off those ropes. Catches him with that power slam. We did see DP pick up a win in his debut on Supernova. Oxley gets caught with that drop kick. Northern Lights, no bridge. Iceman somewhere kicking rocks when everyone else is wondering what the hell else he's doing with his time right now. Storm looking to fly one more time. Dives down with the fist drop. Almost looks like he grazed heads with Smackage there. There's Oxley up in that electric chair position. Spins him around with the sit-down powerbomb. Smackage diving with the frog splash. Didn't get Oxley, but caught Storm. Rolls to the outside. Oxley up top, well, second rope. Dives through with that front drop kick. Action all over the place here. Looked like he was thinking for that Munchkin Lane DDT. Smackage fighting out of it. Snap suplex. Turns the hips. Gets that broken up by Storm. There's been a whole lot of chain suplex breakups in these junior division matches today. Storm back up on that second rope. Finally gets that fist drop on Oxley he was looking for. Going to work on the shoulder of Oxley. Smackage. Waiting for his shot. Up the wheelbarrow. Turns it into a face buster. Has Storm hooked up in the butterfly. Up and over with that suplex. Each one of these men brings something absolutely different to this match. Storm, the most aerial based out of these three. It's kind of hard to fly when you get dropped with the neck breaker. Another butterfly. Smackage with that technical background. Not so much on the submission side. There were Oxley's submissions and strikes. He's catching the pause from Smackage right now, though. He's caught with that big left hand. Follows it up with a drop kick. Smackage is on fire right now. Gets caught with the hip toss counter from the ground by Oxley. There's that Munchkin Lane DDT he wanted earlier. Turns his attention back to Christian Storm. Drops him with that snake eyes in the corner. Both men down. We get our first cover attempt of the match. Only get a one after that snake eyes. Oxley gets shot with the gut. Big snap DDT. Storm and Smackage left alone. Big backbreaker from Storm in the middle of the ring. Heading up top. Taking high risk here. Big elbow drop. Almost a froggy bow. Falling fist drop. Almost worth $1 million, whatever the Canadian dollars are called. Now showing some aggression, bouncing Smackage's head off that center shield. That was just an absolute disgusting suplex from Storm on a Smackage, and Oxley brought a chair in. Sinking suplex, Storm flips out of it. Catches Oxley with another spike DDT. And it's all Storm right now. On Storm. Takes Oxley down off that apron. Decides to give chase to the playground. Smackage finally starting to get to his feet. Storm smells blood. Gets that shot stuffed rather. Ducks one clothesline, catches Smackage on the way back in. Smackage with that right hand shot. Has Storm up, spikes him, almost bounced his head off that bottom turnbuckle. Oxley has a baseball bat now. Has bad intentions for these other two Blitz division representatives here. Storm gets caught with that backbreaker. Turns his attention back to Oxley. Has him up with the hammerlock. Northern Lights. No bridge again. Total disrespect to Goat Jr. Only gets a 1 count. Wrench in the neck now of the Irish Destroyer. Falls into that cover one more time. Storm in, has a hold of that chair. Smackage wisely rolled out of the way. Oxley rolls out of the way. Storm is batting zeros right now. Hits both men with it. Just levels Oxley with that shot to the head. Smackage turning his attention. Shot to the back. Has Storm hooked. Plants him with that tornado DDT. Falls into the cover. Oxley hasn't moved since that disgusting chair shot. Swift kick from Smackage. Oxley finally starting to show life. Backslide driver. Smackage only doesn't even get the count off. Oxley back up. Looks like he's busted open from that chair. Gets hooked up. Playing it with the namesake. And Paul Smackage is moving on to take on Dougal Devlin. And one more man we will find out next week. That nasty choke suplex. I don't even know what angle that was even at. Just, it looks like it hurt like hell. Smackage for that tornado DDT. I don't even know if I could call it shocking. Smackage is really good. He just hasn't quite got enough wins together to shrink some momentum. Oxley falls victim to that namesake. That's not going to look well for his chances of getting the official Project Mayhem brand. As the unofficial leader of the Blitz representation of Project Mayhem, Cade, has said, just till he's been blue in the face, Oxley needs those wins. We leave our Blitz division, move on to the unofficial Headhunter division as Bake takes on one of the other 5 men that was in that ladder match, Kirsty Ramon here. This match will be fought under Extreme rules. Do not expect a whole lot of wrestling in this one. This is going to be brutal. Bake finally shaking off a lot of those early losses he had early in the season in HCW. Has come pretty close to claiming at least 2 belts here for us in Blitz. High Class in the house. Bake and Mighty climbing their way through the tag team division here. Bake just needs that one more big win to get him on that train we know he's good at. Kirsty Ramon and the rest of the guys in FCK almost look like they're drowning. Every time they get 1 win, they lose 2. Grimm's still nursing that concussion injury he got from the champion. That ladder match definitely didn't do him any favors. But the Vanilla Gorilla is in the building. Has his sights set on next weekend's big tournament for High Class Wrestling, Moto Combat. Supernova Pro staking their claim that their tag team division is the deepest. Well, we've got a tag team match for you tonight. It's the rematch for that title, as the Spice Rack will be taking on former champion Cero Miedo in our co-main event tonight. As the punk rock prince makes his way out. My name's terrible, I'm never going to use it again. Someone smack me. Can I call him the Skanking Scrapper? Can we go with that? I'm going to run with that for a minute. Probably only a minute. I'll probably forget it by the end of the match. As Kirsty and his stablemate Grimm actually spent most of that Headhunter title ladder match beating the holy hell out of each other. I'm not exactly sure where that puts them. Just received word that Jay Hellion is one of the 3 men in next week's qualifying triple threat match. And you heard it here first. Supernova Pro holding the Triad Tag Team Tournament. Bake runs through with that BDT. It's his move, it's the Bake DDT. The BDT, I'm running with it. I'll fight anyone that says otherwise. Speaking of fighting, Bake taking the fight immediately to Kersey here. Gets low bridged. Kersey showing the strength as Bake up and down with that face buster. Perfect neck snap. Match is already a lot more technical than I was expecting. Catches Bake with that clothesline on the way back in. Bake has had his troubles all year with Project Mayhem. Delivers that fireman's carry counter. Yeah, if Bake doesn't throw out that DDT, he doesn't win that match. Fat guy super kick, stuffed attempt. Kersey ducks it, does not duck that vertical suplex. Brings Kersey up to a knee, raining the shots down. Thinking standard vertical DDT, gets caught with that jumping arm breaker. Guess there's no real jump on it. Bake heads to the outside first. Kersey calls him back in, no toys brought in. Just a handful of rights from Bake. As he throws Kersey outside. What's Bake doing here? Up and over with the tope. Hashtag big man flippy shit. Bake looking like he learned a couple things from his protege Mighty. It's Kersey shows off his strength with the vertical suplex one more time. Finally decides to bring some toys out. It's always boggled my mind, who the hell leaves a kendo stick under the ring? Bake ducks that shot, grabs a hold of it, delivers one to the guts. That'll scramble your tofu tacos. I like it, we're running with it, the toe Bake Atomico. Bake's not liking this though. Up and over with that inverted suplex. Bake up on the shoulders. Gets dropped to that stunt hot shot, Snake Eyes. 15 alt moves, all look the same, different names for every angle of it. Kersey figure fours that neck, delivering those elbows to the top of the head of the Vanilla Gorilla. Hooks him up one more time. Bake fighting out of it. Looks like Bake's wearing the colors. Up and over with that German. An angry bleeding Bake is not a man you want to take lightly. Kersey knocked off the apron. We're heading back out to the playground potentially. Bake waits for Ramon to get to his feet. Flies off the clothesline. Grabs a hold of that kendo stick, delivering a shot to the sternum. Falling axe handle to the top of that tattooed head. Kersey not wanting to spend too much time out there, sends Bake back in. Has a hold of him one more time, up and over with that inverted suplex one more time. It's been his bread and butter this match. Back into the cover, only gets a 1 count. Going back to work with those elbows. That's what busted Bake open in the first place, trying to re-aggravate that wound. Irish whip into that corner. Going pillar to post. Gets caught with that space tornado Ogawa out of the corner. Bake falls in, only gets a 1 count. Steel City Lariat ducked. Spinning Baker bomb. Lariat don't work, the bombs will. Bait Crusher, absolutely stuffed. Here's Steve Taylor, 20 Blitz coins through that he then owes to Val Savage. Big up and over with that alley-oop. Looks like he got hung up on that middle rope. That's not what you want to see. Spun out in that facebuster one more time from Kersey. Kersey feeling it now. Off the ropes, could be looking for that Blitzkrieg bop. Falling fist drop, gets all of it. Playing in the crowd a little bit, not sure that's what you want to do against an angry Bake here. Kick low, Chad low. Has a hold of him up and down with the Death Wish DDT. Dead center. Spins back over, hooks that outside leg. Kersey picks up a big win. Right there, that STO out of the corner. I thought that was all she's going to write for Kersey. But he ducked that Steel City Lariat. Would ultimately fight back with the Blitzkrieg Bop and the Death Wish. Spikes Bake right in the center shield. Right on that bloody forehead. Kersey looking to climb his way into title contention in that Headhunter division. As we move on to one of our 2 women's matches here tonight. Stephanie Basic making her official debut here in Blitz. Has been on an absolute roll in her first few matches over in Supernova. After that win she had last night or the night before, I don't remember. She was backstage asking what she would have to do to get a shot into the Betty White Invitational this weekend. And Kamoko Kanemaru said, you know what? I'll put my spot up. So here we are. Basic looking to make a big impression on her first night, stealing Kamoko's spot in our first big tournament this weekend, our first of 2 for the women. Supernova, we know, likes to claim that they have the deepest tag team division, which, arguable. I might be inclined to think that our women's division is kind of something special here. I've gone on and on, but it's every week they show up. Stephanie Basic looking to show up here in her first match, taking on Kamoko Kanemaru, who won one of those 4 matches on Remedy. Those Femme Fatale 4-ways. Lighting effects brought to you by Skeevy Ray Vaughn Incorporated. SP Dub Stephanie Basic is in the building. If you do not follow the Stackworth reports, look them up. News on all 3 facets of the triad. Stephanie Basic looking to be the second representative for Supernova. I don't know if we could count Breeze as Supernova. She's kind of all over the place. She's still relatively new to us here in Blitz. We know Misaki will be the representative of High Class. It's not a tournament unless you have a Yamamoto in it. She is an HCW original, but it looks like she's actually making a bigger splash this year over in Supernova. We've seen her pick up that win on BJ Wiley a couple weeks ago. One of only two or three women, not one of only even two women to get a fall on BJ this year. The second, of course, being Stephanie Basic. Even given that brief pedigree on Stephanie, she is only 3 matches into her career. Komoko only has had a few matches for us here in Blitz, but has done quite a bit well for herself over in Hajime Puro, our Japanese faction. Shouldn't say faction, more like our sister promotion. Even if Komoko loses her spot here in the Betty White, she will be taking part in the Golden Girls Classic. Not sure who a lot of the partners are going to be. We do know some. Stephanie looks ready. Komoko looks ready. Women's action is a go. Locking up in the middle. Komoko opens things up with the snap suplex. Float over right into the cover. Welcome to Storm. Munchkin Lane DDT, and Komoko looks hungry to hold on to that spot. Rolls in with that Tope Atomico. I guess that is truly the Tope Atomico. Not the Tobe. But Komoko gets absolutely clotheslined out of her boots to the outside. Stephanie giving chase. Brings Komoko back to her feet. Sends her sternum first into the barricade. Follows it up with a single leg drop kick. Follows it up with a big vertical suplex of her own. As bright and cheery as Stephanie's wardrobe is, she is absolutely one of the most aggressive women we've seen in the Triad. We've just seen her float over. Both women back in, ref's count is broken. Komoko pops up with the Hurricanrana takedown. Forearm, go-to black guy move out of the Japanese woman. Figure that one out. A falling complete shot. One more pop-up Frankensteiner. Komoko looking to show all that agility early. Stephanie no slouch in that department herself. Komoko dives off that front drop kick. Yeah, she absolutely has a lot of upside. Komoko with that grounded octopus hold. Something she picked up from Suzuki. Over their many battles over that Hajime Puro women's title. Basic looking to fight her way out with a set of forearms. Komoko still has a hold of that far arm, gets brought over with that hip toss. Stinger of a kick to the back of Komoko. Basic owes some money. Do the women just owe their money to Val Savage, or does everyone owe money to Val Savage? All I do know is Stephanie Basic beating Komoko Kanemaru's head off that turnbuckle like it owes her money. Basic thinking springboard, waits for Kanemaru to get back to her feet. Up and over with a forearm. Almost phenomenal. Brings Kanemaru back to her feet. Up and over with that vertical one more time. Hangs her feet up on the top rope. A little bit of extra stank on it. Sends Kanemaru back out to the apron. Knocks her off. Could we see some more hashtag flippy shit? Basic giving chase. I thought she was going to be content trying to wait for the count out. Big clothesline. Basic ducks the kick. Standing switch. Kamoko takes the legs out. Has those arms hooked. Tiger suplex on the outside mats. Sends Basic into those steps. Start him first. Refs count at 5. Trying to pop that leg out of the socket. Kamoko with that modified trailer hitch. Refs count at 7. Kanemaru back in. Looks like she's trying to hold her spot with a count out. Breaks the count. I'm shocked. And you see that quick blurb from the Stackworth report. Basic ducks the clothesline, walks into another one. High class holding the men's division down. We see a fat girl splash that's not quite fat. We kind of hold the women's division down. Another standing senton from Kamoko. Supernova holds the tag team division. Refs count back at 7. Basic back in. Looks like she's willing to take that count out. Or not. These women want to do this thing properly. Understand what's on the line. Big single leg drop kick from Basic. Kamoko sent into those steps now. A whole lot of time out in the playground. Basic introduced to those steps. One more time, Kamoko showing all sorts of aggression. First count at 7, both women back in. Kamoko falls into that cover. Not enough damage done. We only get a 1 count. Big kick. Kamoko looking to go springboard one more time. Up and over with that Tope Atomica one more time. Okay. Has Basic up and over with that deadlift German, showing some power. Basic fighting back with a shot to the sternum. Big backbreaker. Transitions right into that Russian leg sweep, and she's not even from Moscow. Basic playing in the crowd here in the Storm Shelter. Not sure that's what you want to do on your first night. Do not violate Wizard Rule. Sends Kamoko into that corner. Follows it up with a boot. Corkscrew split-legged moonsault. About 15 rotations it looked like. 15 rotations, but only a 2.5 count. Basic heading back up to that second rope. Dives through with the fist drop, gets nothing but mat. Grabs a hold of Kanemaru. Kanemaru with a go behind. Drops into a reverse DDT. Measuring Basic now. Has her hooked. Kanemaru clash, gets all of it in the center. Flips her over. Basic showing all sorts of tenacity. Kicks out at 2.9. Kanemaru looking to fly. Beckons Basic back to her feet. Dives through with that wheel kick. We've seen that taunt. Has Basic up on the shoulder. Drops her with that stun gun. Went to that senton too many times, catches knees to the back. Basic with that neck breaker, back breaker combination one more time. Falls into the cover. 2.8 count. This match continues. Basic misses that drop kick. Kanemaru misses. Is that the Wizard 4? Snapmare from Kanemaru. Going back to work with that seated octopus. Can we call it a calamari clutch? Made famous by Squid Vicious. He's one of our guys in our dojo. Big hip toss from Basic, falls into the cover. Kamoko decided to catch her breath for a second, almost held on a little too long. I can't help it. It's what we do here. More money from Miss Cutter. That's 2 miscutters from Basic. Catches Kanemaru with a big boot and follows it up with a forearm. Springboards in with the 450. Bounces that arm off that center crest. And Basic here trying to put Val Savage's kids through college. That's 3 miscutters in this match. Catches an elbow. Kanemaru with that low kick. Shining Wizard. Gets every bit of it. Basic kicking out right at 2. Maybe even closer to 1.9. Kamoko has her up one more time. Dead center. Flips her over. Kanemaru Clash could be it, and is. Kamoko says, welcome to Storm. That spot in the tournament is mine. Very hard-fought match between these two. You've got to think if Basic maybe stopped going for the cutters after the first 2 missed, we may have had a different result here. Big show of respect out of these two. Stephanie Basic was very game here. Finally actually has a loss here in the triad. Kamoko is still moving on to this weekend's Betty White Invitational. So we get ready for a big rematch as new champion Spice Rack, Jalapeno and Sriracha taking on former champions Nightmare, and it looks like he's bringing Phobos out for this one. This match will be held under tornado-style rules. All 4 men in the ring at once. It looks like I'm receiving word that I guess almost all of our championship matches in the foreseeable future will be tornado. Expect puns as soon as I come up with one good enough. Nightmare and Phobos looking to become the first 2-time champions here in Blitz. Spike's Rack looking to hold on. They just won it. This will be their first defense. Do not want to fall to the same fate of their stablemate Valentina. Is that a tornado pun, Supernova? Because it feels like a tornado pun. I'm almost ashamed I didn't think of it first. An accidental tornado pun is the best sort of tornado pun. All puns aside, this match will be very, very fast. Jalapeno is unofficially the big, and not even unofficially, he is the biggest man in this match, and he's only about 210, 215 on a good day, depending on how many enchiladas he's eaten that day. I feel like we might just be better off recording this and watching it in slow motion. It's kind of amazing how our little guy teams have kind of taken the world by storm here, no pun intended. That actually wasn't meant to be a pun. Nightmare, the youngest member of the Blitz family here to hold a title. CC Bones is a close second. We saw these two men team up last in the tournament to crown the inaugural champions, but most of the tag team work was done by Nightmare and El Hijo de Trueno, the big man of the stable. Close. For all I know, that's where Phobos is from. I just know he's from somewhere really, really hot. We've seen Phobos do all sorts of work in the Blitz division, finally making his return to the tag team division, trying to re-bring those belts back. Not so tall task ahead of them, though, as the Spice Rack, your current, new, and reigning and defending tag team champions. Apparently the camera never likes picking up the other one, all that speed. Things are about to get hot. Jalapeno not wearing the Spice Rack gear up for this one. The hottest selling shirts in Blitz. All that Spice Rack swag. We bring you title defense action here on Storm. Three out of these four men representing Mexico. I'm guessing that's where Phobos is from. I know he's from somewhere south of the border. Might even just be hell. At a combined weight of not a whole lot, Phobos and Nightmare. Representing two other places in Mexico I don't remember the names of, and I probably couldn't pronounce them even if I tried. Sriracha in the red, Jalapeno in the green. Once again at a combined weight of not a whole lot. I think between the four of these guys we may end up hitting 600 pounds. You yell at me for puns. That's like the fifth name you've thrown out for Sarah Miedo. Nightmare looked like he was going after Sriracha up and over with the head scissors. Phobos doing the same sort of thing to Sriracha. Miedo out of the gate hot and quick here. Jalapeno up and over with the tackle. Facebuster from Phobos onto Sriracha. Nightmare throwing the strikes. This match is going to be super difficult to call. Hip toss by Nightmare onto Sriracha. Not Sriracha. Jalapeno. Jalapeno returning the favor. Sriracha looking to fly early. Dives down with the splash. Gets nothing but shield. Behind waist lock. Nightmare gets clothesline duck. Catches Jalapeno with that gross space tornado Ogawa. Always call that move out the full way like a Tribe Called Quest. Deadlift German. Tilt-a-roll neck breaker. Yeah. This match is going to be rough. Snap German from Jalapeno. Shining Wizard from Phobos. Nightmare spins Jalapeno around. Has him hooked up and down with that full Nelson facebuster. First cover attempt, Phobos only gets a 1 on Sriracha. Brings the point of that elbow down to the top of the mask. Sriracha has a hold of Phobos, trying to stop him from breaking up that pinfall. Stand-up body splash. Pair of snapback suplexes. One man from each team hit one. Nightmare with that falling headbutt to the shoulder. Cover attempt gets broken up immediately by Sriracha. Sriracha finally turns his attention to Nightmare. Gets caught by Phobos. Nightmare sending Sriracha off that rope. Lucha bump in the middle. Up and over with that Rana. Snap suplex from Sriracha to Nightmare. Phobos heading up top. Sriracha with a diving frog splash. Nothing more like a headbutt. With that diving head scissor takedown from Phobos. Standing shooting star press. Work on the elbow. Jalapeno with that stomp. Phobos taking advantage. One more Frankensteiner. Goes right in that standing moonsault. Bounce that elbow joint off. Sriracha going to work with the neck cranks. I honestly, I don't even know. You see that stun gun and vertical. I would say use their speed to their advantage, but I honestly think that, well, there you go. That's the strategy. Separate the spice rack. Phobos looking to fly, dives down with that clothesline, takes out Sriracha. One more standing moonsault on the outside now. Jalapeno giving chase with that single leg drop kick. I would honestly think it's just don't get distracted here. That's ultimately what led to their downfall where they dropped the belts. They took their eyes off the prize for 2 seconds and then they led to that big Scoville driver on Nightmare. They just hit that hammerlock brainbuster style DDT on Sriracha. Phobos and Jalapeno back into the ring. Sriracha induces Nightmare to those steps as we get a crucifix driver. Phobos held on for that cover attempt, but gets stuffed by the ropes and then gets booted to the face. Sriracha drops that elbow to the inside of the knee of Phobos. Spice Rack could be looking to get some 2-on-1 going on here. Pair of forearms take down Phobos, follows it up with the Tanahashi. Jalapeno caught with that neck breaker. Nightmare with the diving splash. Sriracha looking to get that single knee face breaker. Gets caught. Gets that suplex attempt stuffed. Backslide driver from Nightmare. Phobos has Sriracha up. Drops him with the Zabalba driver 1. Dead center of the ring. Falls into the cover. Nightmare with that bridging suplex. And Cero Miedo have reclaimed the tag team titles here. Hashtag and you're new. Right there we see Phobos falling to a cover. In the background we see Nightmare take down Jalapeno with that full Nelson face buster. Action all over the place here. Look like Sriracha is trying to separate the two men. That's what led to their victory the first time. But in the end, that Zabalba driver. Dead center of the ring. Phobos too hungry. Nightmare takes Jalapeno out of the equation with that double underhook overhead belly to belly. in the end, we now have your first two-time champions here in Blitz. I have a hunch we will see one more match out of these two teams. Nieto switched up their lineup. We'll see if the Spice Rack decides to do the same. So we move on to main event time, with momentum implications for that Betty White Invitational, as your new women's champion, CC Bones, taking on the first woman of Mayhem, Callie Dane, in this non-title match. Bones has a one-on-one victory over Dane. Dane has beaten the last two women's champions, though, in one-on-one matches. Feels she deserves the next one-on-one shot, regardless of the outcome of the Betty White. Both of these women will also be in that Golden Girls Classic. It's safe to assume that Dane will be teaming with Project Mayhem member Breeze. Bones has actually demanded to be in the first match of the Betty White. Feels that it is her job as champion to go out and represent. Your women's champion already in the ring. Dane outrunning her mouth early, coaxes Bones to come out, drives her back first into that apron. Bones pushes the ref out of the ring, throwing some shots. Dane slid in under Bones' watch. Bones thinking wrist lock. Dane has her hooked. Up with that vertical suplex style, almost DDT drop. Drops the leg, sister. Follows up with an elbow drop. Follows that up with a diving forearm. Falling forearm? Drops the leg drop one more time, sister. Goes into that trio of strikes one more time. Dane has been an absolutely different sort of aggressive beast since joining Mayhem. Has actually found that success she was looking for in the women's division. And Bones looked like she was going for a Dragon Rana, gets caught and dumped with a powerbomb. To use Supernova Pro's trademark phrase, surprise ninja. Bones runs in, catches her with an X Factor. Snapmares Dane down. Grabs a hold of her. Hooks that body lock. Trying to squeeze the oxygen out. Bones not exactly known as a submission wrestler. Trying to add new things to the repertoire every week. Things you have to do as a champion. Grabs a hold of Dane, sends her off those ropes, catches her with that back elbow. Heads up to that second rope. We know CC loves to fly. Goes for the corkscrew forearm from the other side. Both women up and over the top rope with that diving crossbody. Bones willing to sacrifice herself to hurt her opponent here. Not sure that's what you want to do before a big tournament. Bones with a firewoman's carry. Dane has Bones up. Slams her on that apron one more time. The hardest part of the ring. Ref's gonna have it again, so I gotta use it while I can. Bones with a double leg takedown. Ref's deciding to let these women fight a little bit, slowing down the count. Dane fights back that rising knee. We will be borrowing the high-class formula for those tournaments. Well, one tournament's to crown a champion, so not quite using it there. Bones bounced off the barricade, sent back in. Ref's count is broken. Dane has her up, has her hooked in that anaconda style vice early. Bones fights back with that knee to the back of the head of Dane. Dane with that rising knee. Up and over with that head scissor takedown. Measuring the champion here. Second belly to belly suplex gets stuffed by Bones. Bones with that low kick, butterflies the arms. Has her up and down into that lung blower. If Bones makes it to the finals of the Betty White, match will become a title match. Otherwise, it is for a #1 contendership. With moves like that, it's hard to believe Bones doesn't have a shit. It's been going all the way. That shin breaker transitions immediately into a suplex. Fastball right hand takes Dane out of her boots. Bones heading up top. Up, down with that C defeat. Falls into the cover. And Callie Dane kicking out. I've made jokes about it. As soon as you put on that mask of Mayhem, you immediately become a tougher beast. Every member of Mayhem has proven it here. Dane with that falling arm breaker holds on. It is not the flying skeleton, it's the C defeat. C being spelled C-I like CC. Yes, it's a pun. And because it's a stop, it's, you know, defeat, defeat. Laugh, damn you. Bones not laughing after catching that stomp. Dane going back to work on those arms. Trying to pull those shoulders back and out of the socket. A hold of the pigtails, drives Bones face first into that mat. Spins around just to drop her with another snapmare. Goes for the headbutt, catches a back elbow. CC's elbows are things to be feared here. Has Dane up. Drops her from that electric chair drop right into the German. Drops her with a clothesline, makes it a pair. Dodges a clothesline, catches with a leaping lariat. Bones warming up that right hand one more time. Down the lane, absolutely lays out Callie. Callie pops right back to her feet. Rolls up Bones. Has her hooked in the butterfly, drops her with that DDT. Falls into the cover. Bones showing the tenacity that won her that belt in that steel cage. Dane has Bones on her shoulders. Drops her with that stun gun. Dane heading up to that second. You'll see this a lot out of her. Dives down with that chop. Falls into the cover one more time, forearm to the face. Doesn't hook the leg, and that's what helped the kick out there. Dane off the ropes, falls up with the elbow drop. Yeah, that was an absolute surprise, Ninja. But so's that pop-up Rana from Bones. Takes down Dane. Both women down here. Bones using those ropes to get back to her feet first. Shot to the back. Has Dane up. Over with that inverted suplex. Seen a whole damn lot of those tonight. Bones looking to compose herself. Trying to shake loose the cobwebs. It's going to be a lot harder to do when you take an enziguri like that. Dane with that cocky cover again, not hooking the leg. First woman of Mayhem playing to the crowd here. Elbow drop. We do know that, as I've said earlier, Bones loves the elbow drops. That could be a direct shot. Dane has her up one more time. Hooks that Anaconda back on. Could be setting up for that danger zone. Lets Bones go. Could be looking for it. Has a hold of the arms, spins Bones around. Turns away from all the ropes, has that danger zone crossface locked in. And Bones taps. Dane now has 3 one-on-one victories in a row against the women's champions. I feel like even if these two women don't make it to the end of the Betty White, Dane has a case for a #1 contendership regardless down the line. Bones would throw out 2 of those big right-hand shots. And that C defeat or the flying skeleton. That second one looked like Dane was laid out. Would fight back with that enziguri, which would start to spell the beginning of the end of our women's champion. Dane would lock in that one Anaconda Vice. Let it go just to set up the danger zone. And would procure that tap-out victory. That is going to do it for us here on Storm. This Saturday, we will be doing both tournaments. First in the morning, we will have that single elimination women's tournament to crown either the women's champion, if CC makes it to the finals, or the #1 contender if she loses earlier. And then in our late night spot, we will bring you the Golden Girls Classic, which will crown our inaugural women's tag team champions. For all your winners and losers here tonight, for the return of Hugo Lazarus and that absolutely dominating victory over Jeremy Jabroni, for your new tag team champion Sarah Miedo, but for Callie Dane the most, I have been DrMarxout signing off. We will see you Saturday. Did I say the tournament was for tomorrow? I meant Saturday. Have a good night.